Hey, I just wanted to make a real quick no edit video and talk about something I discovered yesterday um, about Hypedit increasing their prices. They made an announcement yesterday that they're going to go from I use the plan that's like $10 a month, and it's going to go from 10 to 20. And I guess there's an elite package I wasn't even aware of, and then there's like an add-on to that package. And what John Gold, if you don't know what Hypedit is a uh, advertising platform for musicians that help them grow their Spotify streams. And I believe he started it a long time ago. He said he hadn't had a price increase in 7 years, so I'm assuming maybe that's when he started. It's been actually a really cool service for those that are interested in getting into doing some sort of marketing or advertising for their music. When you start to go down that rabbit hole, especially with Facebook Ads Manager and Google Ads, there's like a big learning curve to creating ads. Can it be done? Yeah, but it's tedious and it takes a lot of time. And I think John, years ago, he's an artist himself. He does piano house music, and he was probably learning that and learned, hey, I could provide a service to people by creating some sort of automation platform where people just kind of punch in their music, their cover art, pick a few interests, and bam, it pops out an ad and it talks with your Facebook account and creates the ads for you on his platform and posts it on the Facebook, your ad campaign. And it's been pretty cool service. I just recently got into it earlier this year, and I'm still learning from that. I'm still learning about Facebook ads and stuff. But then I got hit with this announcement that they're doubling their price. So it went from $10 to $20, and then I think their elite package is $100 a month. I'm not even going to explore that. Like, that's just way out of my budget. But I think he also offers a smaller service for $10 a month. So he has three tiers now. It's like a $10 a month will get you where you can do several things like download gate, smart links, and those are all important when you're running your ads, because when you run an ad, it goes from the interest in Facebook to a landing page, and that landing page is what Hypedit creates for you. And then as people click on that, it sends you over to Spotify or yeah, for the streams and different types of campaigns. And he has more than just like um, an ad to grow streams. He has grow your profile. He has an email campaign. It's slowly over the time, even just in the year that I've been using it, I've noticed some other things popping up, because now he has TikTok, and um, I've kind of played with a lot of them, and there's definitely some things in that platform that could improve. Like, I feel like I was really interested in SoundCloud, but it seemed like the SoundCloud platform, or the aspect of that, didn't seem to really do much for me, like, at all. And he had this other thing where it was a campaign for, it was like, music artists will listen to other music artists and go through their spiel of like downloading maybe their song or getting on their mailing list or whatever. In exchange for a credit, you take that credit and you basically do the same thing. So it's like a trade for a trade, which is nice in theory, but it really, all you're trying to do is build credits, and you don't really have, I mean, maybe you have an interest in your music listener, but, and I've played with all that stuff. The biggest thing anyway that interested me was the ad automation, ad placements. He makes it really simple, and it really does work. You got to be patient. I think my first few campaigns, it just like, being new at advertising, it makes you nervous, because you're spending money, and it takes a while for the algorithm to learn, but it does learn eventually. And I ran a few campaigns, like pre-save campaigns, and all of the stuff I've had some level of success. I haven't had any real major flops, and I think the ones that I maybe pulled too early, because the one that I decided, okay, I'm not going to touch it for a whole month, it actually started performing really well. But I have a budget, and the increase for this service is a bit of a sting in that budget, because now, what I was able to grow in my budget to where I could do maybe 2 campaigns or 3 campaigns. Now, if I'm going to continue the service at the standard that I have now, I've pretty much backed down to like maybe 1 campaign per month. But I get it. He's gone 7 years without a price increase for his service. He's got probably a whole team of people. He seems like a really good dude. Like, he seems like a guy that I could easily become friends with. I don't know him personally, but I watch a lot of his videos. I follow him on YouTube, and my first knee-jerk reaction was I was pretty pissed off. Really disappointed because there wasn't anything added. It was just like, hey, it's almost like your landlord. It's like, oh, your lease is up, and now I'm going to raise your rent by twice as much. And this is a tough pill to swallow. But I'm curious of what you guys think. I've read some of the comments, and they're pretty much across the board. A lot of people are like, oh man, this really sucks, or I can't believe you like double, maybe half that much, or double, and my whole thing yesterday was it felt like the value that he provided in the announcement wasn't for most of his customer base, which was the $10 a month or that ad automation campaign, but it was a value to the elite package, which I guess is like $100, and then for something else added to it, it was $17 a month, so it was like $120, and he just kind of combined that all to $100. So those guys are saving $20 a month, but the rest of us are shelling it out. And I made a comment on it, and I just wish that he would have had something to offer with that announcement, that there's some sort of updates or change or something that makes it worth it. And he replied and said there is something really big, and it has to do with when you're creating the ad and you input your music, he has you list down certain interests or sound-alike artists and your interests. And sometimes, like with me, I'm a multi-genre artist, so each song is sometimes just, I struggle to find a sound-alike artist or an artist that I like. Or the other thing is, you have an artist that you say, oh yeah, we sound just like this. Like, I have a song that sounds like Oingo Boingo. That's the best sound-alike artist, but when I punch it in, it doesn't come up, meaning that either it's just not popular enough for Facebook's algorithm to make it worth your time to do, or I couldn't even override it. And so then I struggled to find other artists that sound similar. And I had mentioned something like, well, wouldn't it be cool if you had your AI automation engine just listen to the song and come up with a sound-alike audience to come up with bands that sound like that, where you don't have to put in or sit there and scramble to try to put in the info yourself. And I believe that's something that is coming out in the next month or so, is what he said. And if that's the case, then yeah, it's worth it, And then here's the thing, like, it reminded me of, I was in a band back in the late 90s and 2000s, and we played everywhere. We played bars, and the average price at the door was $5 at the door. And at the time, that seemed pretty fair, But here it is, 2024, and the prices at the door for somebody coming to see a band at a bar is $5 at the door. It hasn't changed in 20 years, and it's ridiculous. Like, it just blows me away that, and like, where is it? Like, what's the point where somebody's like, yeah, I'll pay $5, but $6, I'm not coming to the bar to see these guys play. Like, it just seems ridiculous to me. But I get it. You're running a business. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm going to figure out a way to make this work. I love that service. I think it's going to help me grow my business, which is my band. And I just got to figure out a way to make that happen. So while he's making changes and figuring out and taking that jump of like, hey, and I think honestly, genuinely, I feel like he felt the need to come out and let us know as soon as possible. because I genuinely do believe he cares, you know. But it just stung, and the way it came out was a little rough. But I hope he makes a video with the new updates and kind of can pitch that this increase in price is going to be worth it. And I think he's going to lose some people. Maybe the people that are in that program now might drop down to the lower tier, and you know, the lower tier works just fine too. It's just you're going to have to learn how to create those ads in Facebook Ads Manager and Google Ads. And it's not impossible. Guys do it all the time. In fact, businesses do it all the time. There's businesses that will do this for you. If you want to pay, you know, a lot of money, they'll place the ads for you. So it's not that you can't figure it out and do it on your own. The whole point of his business was to save you guys money, and you just got to weigh that out. You know, is the $20 a month worth your time? Can you afford it? And if you can afford it and it is worth your time, then it's a no-brainer, because I think the service that he provided and the idea he had way back then is brilliant. But I'm curious what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this? My first knee-jerk reaction was I was pissed. I was scrambling to figure out how I could do something else. And after I've slept on it and thought about this, I thought I'd make a video, because it kind of changed it a little bit. You know, like, I get it. Businesses got to survive just like, you know, bands are trying to survive. I guess just do what you can, you know. So if all of a sudden this idea of ads, marketing through like growing your Spotify through ads and Facebook and Instagram are now out of your realm, then they're out of your realm. You know, like, try boosting your reels or growing your social media that way, or making a reel, sending people over to Spotify. We just have to be creative. It's for me, I want to keep using him. I think it's going to be a service that it might hurt for me now because it's, you know, we're just starting out, but I think over time it's going to be a value that is kind of a no-brainer. It's just part of the business, you know. It's every Monday we get up and we check our stats, you know, or we place an ad, or you know, just it's I think it's just gonna be part of the routine. But for those of you that felt the sting like I did, I feel for you, man. But at the same time, I feel for John too. Like, 7 years is a long time to go without any increase, you know. So I guess it was awesome while it lasted. Hey, we got to pony up a little bit more, but I think he's going to revamp a lot of the services that he has in the platform itself. I think he could tweak I wish he would do more with SoundCloud and make it. I know he does like a top list that you can promote on, and I don't know that you can really do anymore anyway, to be honest with you. But and then there was a couple videos that you go to click on or whatever, and it'd be like a dead link. But that's if you're really deep diving into what he's offering. But he's got a lot of cool stuff on that site that's more than just placing ads for Spotify, and you guys should check it out. But anyway, peace, John. Love you, brother. Good luck. I hope this storm rides out well and things turn out for the better. I know it's always going to be a rough bump, but I think you'll get through this, and I think the artists that are really committed are going to stick with you. So leave your comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Peace.